Coming up in the news, the nation's leader, the Honorable Philip Davis, on Grand Bahama continuing hurricane assessments. Plus, the Grand Bahama minister elaborates on the city's forward program and what it means for Grand Bahama. And the Sweeting's Key Homecoming Committee is addressing that brawl that took place during their homecoming event. The Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition, starts now.
This is the Bahamas Tonight, Northern Edition.
Good evening and welcome to the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition. I'm Ramiko Knowles. Thank you so much for tuning in. Topping news tonight with a resolute determination to address the remaining challenges faced by communities affected by Hurricane Dorian. The nation's leader, Prime Minister, the Honorable Philip Davis, and the Minister responsible for the Disaster Reconstruction Authority, the Honorable Miles LaRota, and the DRA team all touching down on Grand Bahama today with some good news. Prime Minister Davis quickly announcing the sourcing of additional funds to support the ongoing relief efforts for the communities who remain affected.
This trip is for me to assess the pace of the work for the restoration in East Grand Bahama, and to evaluate what else has to be done in so far as home repairs in all of Grand Bahama, and also see the readiness of Grand Bahama for any other eventuality of hurricane this year. The executive team of the DRA are in town to this assessment, and we are going to be working assiduously to ensure that East Grand Bahama is restored as close as possible to what it was before Hurricane Dorian.
Prime Minister Davis says this venture will entail repairing homes, ensuring that there are facilities in place in the event of a hurricane, and to make certain the already existing shelters are ready now and not when a storm is traveling. Now, the DRA has been working tirelessly to coordinate relief and rebuilding initiatives, and Minister LaRota confirms that the funds will now allow them to do more.
In the past, I've been saying, when the money comes. So we're in a much better position. We have some, and so this won't be just empty promises. With me is the chairman of the DRA, DRM now, Disaster Risk Management Authority, Alex Storr, and also Aaron Sargent, who have been in Grand Bahama and Abaco over the past few weeks. Work have been going on. You notice a few weeks ago they were in Sweeting's Key to provide those homes that were built, the sewer system, sewer tanks. And so there have been work going on.
Minister LaRota also confirming that Abaco is next on the list to be assessed further in the coming weeks. Meantime, the Bahamas Department of Meteorology Grand Bahama office advising residents in the extreme northwest Bahamas, which is Abaco, Grand Bahama, Bimini, and surrounding keys, that we have entered the most active part of the hurricane season. That is mid-August to October. Additionally, we are nearing the peak of the hurricane season, September 10th being the height of the season. Residents are strongly encouraged to ensure that all hurricane preparations are completed and are urged to review their hurricane plan. Weather officials know that they will continue to work assiduously and keep us abreast as to all potential systems that might be a threat, or direct or indirect, to our forecast area. Anyone needing information can reach Freeport Met Office at 351-2019. Once again, that's 351-2019. And while we are in the middle of the hurricane season, Member of Parliament for West Grand Bahama, the Honorable Obi Wilshcombe, and Administrator Leonard Dames Jr. are preparing West Grand Bahama for any possible storms. Jolanda Thompson-Everest reports.
Generators, water supplies, just to name a few, are some of the things that West Grand Bahama Administrator Leonard Dames Jr. says that they are working on. From reconstructing shelters and providing the necessary needs for this year's hurricane season, he says that they are working with the Disaster Consultative Committee to ensure that they have everything they need for this year. The Member of Parliament for West Grand Bahama, Minister Obi Wilshcombe, say that the council has been exceptional in their preparation and believes that their contingency plan is ready to go.
They have perhaps one of the most significant contingency plans in the country, which allows them to be in a state of readiness during the hurricane season and utilize the people of the constituency, putting in place the necessary equipment. So they have the work pretty much organized. Whatever they require, will we assist with. And of course, NEMA and other representative bodies. But the district council works very closely with the local government ministry and the administrator to ensure that everything is in place. But I dare say that at this time, the district council has, for years now, been able to have West End a state of readiness. And I'm talking the West End district, which includes areas in Lewis Shop, Pinders Point, 8 Mile Rock, Holmes Rock, all the way to West End.
The administrator notes that his team is also receiving reports from the various support functions.
You know, when a hurricane comes, it calls for networking of different government agencies and ministries. And we would have met from persons who would represent the healthcare department. They would have outlined us what they would have done in terms of preparation. We would have met with persons who are responsible for communication, so that during an hurricane, how do we communicate amongst ourselves? We would also met with persons responsible for the shelters in terms of social services.
When asked on some of the specific needs, here's what they are.
Shelters. We know that in this area that we may have probably 1 or 2 shelters, and presently one is under construction. That is one specific thing that we're working on. We're also working on terms of having available generators to ensure that persons who are at these shelters, that we have the adequate generators, that we have the adequate water supply, and also that we have the adequate equipment if in the event we need to evacuate persons.
Now, Dames Jr. say that they're continuing to check their inventory and restock. But as of now, some of the items they currently have are cots and blankets, and they're zeroing in on a few more items. For the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition, I'm Jolanda Thompson Everest.
In other news, the Minister for Grand Bahama, the Honorable Ginger Moxie, excitedly speaking on the new Cities Forward initiative, where the city of Freeport has now partnered with the city of Coral Springs. It is a program focused on urban sustainability, resilience, and inclusion, with a collaboration between the U.S. Department of State, local governments for sustainability, resilient cities, Catalyst, and the Institute of Americas. Our Aja Quant picks up that story.
Urban development and sustainability is what the city of Freeport can look forward to for the Cities Forward program. This, according to the Minister for Grand Bahama, the Honorable Ginger Moxie. This initiative, which was launched back in April of this year, has now connected the city of Freeport with the city of Coral Springs, fostering resilience, inclusion, and sustainable growth.
It could have been the city of Nassau, it could have been another city in the Bahamas, but why not the city of Freeport? That has been through so much since Hurricane Dorian, you know, since the pandemic, and we really are on the road to recovery.
Cities Forward's primary mission is to facilitate knowledge exchange, joint problem solving, and strategic collaboration among cities, with a special emphasis on building resilient communities that thrive in the face of challenges. Minister Moxie says this partnership was no accident, as the Ministry for Grand Bahama applied at the city's summit of the Americas in Denver, Colorado.
Just being there and seeing all of the opportunities that were there, I, learned a lot about techniques used to develop smart cities. Really, it's about economic empowerment for the people in communities, and I wanted to see how I could employ that on the island of Grand Bahama.
There were 129 applications for just 24 openings, and the city of Freeport was one of 2 Caribbean cities chosen. The program affords the Ministry for Grand Bahama the opportunity to now address the revitalization of impoverished communities, repurpose dilapidated buildings, address challenges of private subdivisions, tackle water, electricity, and sewer challenges throughout communities, develop smart cities with innovative solutions, create sustainable ecosystems for development, and empower residents through community sustainability programs.
We believe that in collaborating with Cold Springs, Florida, we will be able to address many of these lingering issues. I'm so excited because it's a program that allows us to really determine best practices in order to execute some of the challenges that we face.
The program aims to catalyze positive change and provide a model for sustainable urban development. It is a 3-year program, and Minister Moxie says it has already started. For the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition, I'm Azra Quant.
You're watching the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition. Stay with us. There's more news when we come back.
Nursery fully loaded with everything you need and extended hours Monday through Friday 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. and Saturdays 8 a.m. to 5 p.m.
We all need to save. Save time, gas, and money. Shopping at Save More can help you do just that. Make us your first stop for all your prescription needs and medical supplies. Get all your health and beauty items at the same time. And don't miss our huge choice of snacks to satisfy your cravings. And the largest vitamin selection and over-the-counter relief products. Need diapers and other baby care items? First stop. The new section for makeovers, cosmetics, and beautiful jewelry will make you sparkle for that next special event. Save More Drugs, your more store.
It's ATIS Company Limited's 4th annual back-to-school drive-through giveaway from noon until 6 p.m. Free hot dogs, hamburgers, soft drinks, games for the kids, free backpacks and school items while supplies last. Number 3 Thackeray Street, Queens Highway.
I'm Wes. I'd like to put some shoes on your feet.
Hi. I would like to put some shoes on your feet.
Hi. I want to put some shoes on your feet.
I want to put some shoes on your feet.
Hi, I want to put some shoes on your feet.
Let us put shoes on your feet.
John West Shoes is now open. Carmichael West, Nassau, behind Wendy's.
Abaco, it all goes down Saturday, August 19th at Dreams and Chases. It's Bad and Bougie, $3 Saturdays edition at the Resilient Square, Marsh Harbor. Hosted by Dion the Butcher with music by DJ Monk.
Welcome to H&L School Supplies and Bookstore. We carry tablets, we have your flash drives, we have your pencils, your composition books, sharpeners, geometry sets, construction paper, sketch pad, journals, pencil boxes, backpacks, practically everything that you need for back to school. And in the bookstores, we have the motivational books, the inspirational books. We have dictionaries, thesauruses, Bibles, puzzle books. So it's a wide selection of items that we have. We're at number 2 Arcade Building downtown, right across from Park and Shop. And the hours are 8:30 a.m. to 5:30, Monday to Thursday, and Friday and Saturday is 8:30 to 6.
Good morning again. Inbound, beside 58.
I compared to valet parking. Throw us the keys and tell us to drive it into the port.
Just being able to operate not in the operator's chair was a big difference for us.
We worked very closely with the harbor. It starts there and it ends here. it is a male-dominated industry, and doors have opened up for me and most of the women here because of the opportunity.
These are one of the machines that we maintain, make sure that it's safe for our people. This is what we do. This is our bread and butter.
Our team meets every challenge head on. I've just loved seeing and being a part of the growth and the development of our team and Team Freeport.
The Insight on Hutchinson Ports, airing August 28th at 8:30 p.m. right here on the ZNS Network.
Your #1 news team covering the North. The Bahamas Tonight, Northern Edition.
Welcome back. You may know him for his tasty treats, his entertaining TikTok videos, or even his involvement in the pageant industry. Well, tonight, Dominic Russell is speaking out on the recent health issues he has encountered. Our Ajaquant has his story tonight.
Just a few months ago, Dominic Russell was able to make pastries, TikTok, and even coach for pageants across the globe. Now, the 31-year-old's activities have been restricted due to a non-Hodgkin's lymphoma diagnosis. The disease rapidly progressing over a 3-month period from a small bump to now what he describes as the size of a cantaloupe.
I've been fighting from day one, and I'm going to continue fighting.
It all began in May of this year. Dominic and his cousin found a small bump under his arm after the discomfort from his deodorant. He went to the doctor for a biopsy, only to be told he has cancer.
I prepared myself for the worst, and it just happened.
But what Dominic didn't know was over the next few weeks, he would be in unbearable pain.
Andrew would have jumped the gun and taken me to Nassau to Dr. Curlin, where things would have moved much more swifter.
Although Russell says the medical team in the Bahamas did what they could, he made the decision to travel overseas to seek more comprehensive medical care with his adopted father. And due to the intricacies of his case and the urgency of his condition, doctors abroad have taken a comprehensive approach, starting over from scratch to ensure no step is missed in the diagnosis process.
The treatment is scheduled to begin sometime next week. He has to tentatively go through about 12 rounds of chemotherapy. And after chemotherapy, there would be some radiation as well.
And since battling his health, Dominic has been unable to keep in contact with family and friends, but he wanted to say a special thank you.
I want to say a special thanks to Dr. Charlene Reed, Keldra Pinder, Alfred Anderson for those night calls, Pulchuria Hannah, for my prayer warrior, especially Nikia Hunt, who's just like my mother, and most definitely all the TikTok influencers who just been pushing and making videos, Auntie, Nishi, LS, everybody. Just thank you, thank you, thank you.
In an effort to alleviate some of the financial strains, Dominic Russell has launched a GoFundMe campaign to assist with medical expenses during this incredibly tough time. For anyone wanting to assist him, you can search Dominic's Cancer Fight on GoFundMe.com. For the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition, I'm Ajaquant.
Well, thanks, Aja. Well, the Back to Sweeting's Key Homecoming Committee is addressing the incident which took place on the island during the much-anticipated homecoming gathering. Officials say they do not want the unfortunate altercation to overshadow the overall success of the event, which was hailed a huge success.
We want the positive light to be shared on what took place on August the 12th in Sweeting's Key.
Marking a triumphant return after a 15-year hiatus, the Sweeting's Key Homecoming rekindled the island's spirit with a remarkable event that had long been awaited. The event featured a gel canoe performance, Bahamian music, food, and performances, as well as a kayak race. But there was an unfortunate incident, a brawl that unfolded amid the festivities. Heather Feaster, the committee's public relations officer, says they do not condone any form of violence and note that a single distressing incident should not overshadow the overall success of the homecoming celebration.
Our purpose for being here is to clear the way the name of Sweeting Ski is used and to put a picture there for persons, not when they hear the name Sweeting Ski, to always think negatively, because that is not what we are about. You understand? And that's one of our main purpose for being here today. Like we said, we couldn't control what take place. These things happen all the time.
And while the video captured by an onlooker showed a brawl happening near the site, Janet Feaster of the committee asserts that the altercation was entirely unrelated to the homecoming event.
The incident escalated from down the street to the homecoming site. And most of the person was there were trying to prevent the fight from going as far.
Law enforcement authorities have taken swift action and have conducted an investigation into the matter.
3 females were taken into custody, along with an adult male. A second adult male is being sought, and in regards to this matter, I can say that the male thus far has been charged before the court, and other charges are pending for the females and the additional adult male.
The organizing committee poured relentless effort into orchestrating the event with limited assistance and sponsorship. Vice Chairman Floyd Feaster conveying a message of assurance to the public, noting that the incident is in no way indicative of the true character of the people of Sweeting Ski.
Sweeting Ski is a nice place. Sweeting Ski people are nice people. You know, the nature of us are not fighters. And so the event, what happened, wasn't even persons from Sweeting Ski. While the media would have seen a video circulating and has the Sweeting Ski homecoming name attached to it, that isn't what, we stand for. And so we're not here to justify what took place, but we're here basically to clear up the Sweeting Ski homecoming name.
Your Thursday check on sports is up next with Jay Philippe.
Good evening, I'm Jay Philippe, and welcome to Sports. A Puerto Rican professional diver in town for some training this week. But let's begin with Team Bahamas, the national senior men's basketball team. Team Bahamas defeated Argentina by the final score of 101-89. DeAndre Ayton and Eric Gordon showed the Suns organization yet again a great thing to look forward to this upcoming season. Ayton finished with 22 points, again 15 rebounds, and tallied 3 blocks. Gordon finished with 24 points, 3 assists, and 2 steals to tally off their stats for the night. Grand Behemoth Buddy Hield led outside attack, going 4 of 10 from downtown to finish with 23 points. The Bahamas will now play on Friday against either Chile, Uruguay, or Colombia in Group B for the semifinals. Switching gears now in sports, Puerto Rican national team diving athlete Manny Vasquez-Baz on Grand Bahama for some training in preparation for the upcoming 2024 Olympic Games in Paris, France.
I started back home and I was the only one diving, and then I started putting a little more effort into it, and I found scholarships, and I was able to go to school in the U.S., and now we're currently training for an Olympics. So it's been an amazing journey, met amazing people with it, so everything's been great with it.
Manny started his career at LSU before transferring to South Carolina, where he helped the team finish 4th in the nation.
I was the only freshman, and I was freshman of the year too in that year, but I was the only freshman to medal in the SEC conference.
Manny also had some recent success on the international level.
We started in Central American Games now in June. As you know, Bahamas, they go there too, so it's a great meet. I was able to medal too there. We got bronze medal in the synchronized event. And then after that, we went straight to Japan, where we finished 20th in the world and 7th in the synchronized event. I usually train 6 times a week, 7 hours a day. So we're just gonna keep training and start with the basic stuff again. We already know where we at in my level, so we just want to like stay on that level, get some harder dives, and just take the rust out.
And finally, in sports results from the YMCA Commercial League Basketball Championship Series on Wednesday, Buckeye defeated Parliament's 57-56 in a nail-biter. Buckeye top scorer was Clemente Baby D. Martin with 28 points, while Mikael Bethel scored 15 points. Parliament's top scorer was Trevor Bain with 23 points. Tiana Roberts added 14 points in the loss. Buckeye leads that series 2-1. Game 4 will be played on Friday, August 18th. Best out of 5 series. And that's a quick check on sports, ladies and gents. I'm Jay Philippe. Be blessed.
Get your free gift with your $115 purchase going on now at Pandora in the Port Lakaya Marketplace.
Bellevue Business Depot is offering a 20% off back-to-school sale on all school supplies. We've got all your back-to-school supplies. You name it, we've got it. Pens, pencils, composition books, rulers, glue, sharpeners, writing books, geometry sets, backpacks, and so much more. Get this, we also have 2024 diaries available. Shop at Bellevue Business Depot today, located on Queens Highway, Freeport.
Sometimes you want pizza vibe without the whole dang pie. Now, there's a new way to get the bold flavors of pizza whenever and wherever you want. You just got to try Pizza Hut's new melt in buffalo chicken, meat lovers, pepperoni lovers, and chicken bacon wrap for just $6.99 with that. Pizza Hut's new melts are cheesy, crispy, and loaded. Call us at 352-9191 to satisfy your pizza vibe cravings.
Dreams and Chasers Resilient Square Marsh Harbor Abaco presents Pop-Up Compa Night featuring LG Mix straight out of Nassau. Admission is $10. Enjoy beer and mixed drink specials. See you in the place.
New this month at Island Bedding and Furniture. 5- and 7-piece dining room sets. Gorgeous natural wood dining tables and bench sets in mango, acacia, or shisham wood, and your pick of additional chairs. All new living room pieces, including sectional, TV stands, accent tables, and more. For the bedroom, we're all about platforms, unbelievable prices, and no box spring required. Come on down to Island Bedding and feast your eyes on prices you have to see to believe.
Nico Nance with help from the Fitness Connection. Welcome to Health Bites, where every week we give you a helpful tip to help you on your health and fitness journey. This week we're going to talk about blood pressure, more specifically high blood pressure, and ways that you can lower it. High blood pressure can increase your risk of heart attack, stroke, and aneurysms and other health issues. So let's talk about ways we can bring blood pressure numbers back to normal. Number 1, get more rest. Getting between 7 and 9 hours of sleep alone can help to bring those blood pressure numbers down and back to normal range. Tip number 2, avoid stress. Stressful situations, stressful people. I know it's hard with everyday life, but try your best to avoid things that stress you and can raise the pressure. Tip number 3 is you can take some natural supplements. Supplements such as wheat powder and magnesium have been shown to help lower those blood pressure numbers. Also, black seed oil has also been shown to be effective. Tip number 4, lower your sodium intake. That's right, cut back on the salt. Make sure you read the labels on your food. Make sure when you cook, you don't use too much salt in your food, and check the other seasons that might have salt added to them, and try to bring those sodium numbers down.
Have the following supplies on hand at the start of the hurricane season. A minimum 3-day supply of water, which provides 1 gallon of water per person per day. Minimum 3-day supply of non-perishable food items. Flashlights and extra batteries. A battery-powered radio to receive broadcasts that will keep you informed of the storm. A first aid kit. A 7-day supply of any prescribed medication. Don't be caught off guard this hurricane season. Be prepared.
The King of the North is back. Power 104.5 FM.
Your number 1 news team covering the North. The Bahamas Tonight, Northern Edition.
Maybelle Cooper Bridgewater, you are our Facebook friend of the day. We appreciate your continued support on all of our social media platforms. We also want to say a special happy anniversary going out to Brandon and Carol Hewitt, celebrating 21 years. Congratulations to you both. And that concludes the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition. On behalf of the entire news team here in the North, I'm Ramiko Knowles. Thank you guys so much for watching. Be sure to stay tuned. The Bahamas Tonight continues.
Coming up in the Bahamas Tonight, the National Report, a sexual offender released pending, a former Child Protection Council chair speaks, Toastmasters International Convention underway, and in sports, the Bahamas wins big against Argentina. The Bahamas Tonight, the National Report, starts now.
ZNS News is brought to you by the new BTC. Fiber is here. Faster, stronger, more reliable. Together, we are unstoppable. Switch today.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Jumanita Swain, and this is the Bahamas Tonight, the National Report. Thanks for tuning in. The Sexual Offences Act was amended in 2019 to add a provision that the public be notified in the event a sexual offender is released. Since then, authorities have informed the public of one such incident, the second occurring today. Our Anthony Smith was at the Ministry of National Security as police released that individual's identity.
With a lengthy rap sheet dating 25 years back and a list of sexual offenses that totals 15, officials today have sounded the alarm as a man with multiple indecent assault convictions is set to be released on Friday.
The public can be aware to take care around Mr. Sidney Cooper, who is 47 years old and stands at 5 feet 4 inches.
His identity released following a situational hearing at the Bahamas Department of Corrections early Thursday, with officials reviewing his case files, including the most recent conviction in 2019. It's the crime that would ultimately land the serial groper 3 years behind bars and a spot on the newly enacted sexual offenders registry, though his compulsion for committing crimes doesn't seem to have stopped there.
He, during the course of his trial for indecent assault in 2019, groped and indecently assaulted the female prosecutor in the court who was prosecuting him for that offense in the presence of the magistrate. Since he has been committed to the Bahamas Department of Corrections, he has groped and indecently assaulted female correctional officers and a reporter.
It's for this reason officials believe that Cooper poses a, quote, risk of significant harm to the health and safety of the public. The man himself reported as saying he has had this spirit since he was a child and does not believe that his spirit should be made to bow.
He reported on his exit interview that he knows that it is wrong to touch women without permission, but in his view, women invite him to touch them when they wear short clothes, or wear tight clothes, or smile, or lick their lips, or bend over, or move their hips, or blink their eyes.
Now, Minister Monroe contends that while the notification is for the overall safety of the general public, this alert is not an invitation for members of the public to exact their own justice on this newly released offender.
We again remind the public that he has served the time allotted to him, that this notice is there for the public to be able to take care and not become victims of Mr. Cooper.
Now, Cooper is only the second sexual offender to be released since the registry was enacted in 2019. He follows Alden Scott, who died days after his release in May of 2022 of reported natural causes. For the Bahamas Tonight, I'm Antoinette Smith.
Thanks, Antoinette. The Sexual Offences Unit of the Royal Bahamas Police Force is charged with the unenviable task of investigating sexual offences. There's a lot of noise out there, but for the men and women at the front lines of this battle to protect victims, prevent attacks, and arrest offenders, their perspective is unique. Carvel Pyfrom reports.
Despite recent well-publicized matters dominating the headlines and the source of public discussion, ASP Altita Bowles, who heads the Sexual Offences Unit, does not think reported sexual offences are trending upward.
So you have more reported matters compared to back then. But it's been going on for a while.
She says in all matters, the unit undertakes a thorough, multi-layered investigation. This process, she notes, also involves collaborating with other agencies.
So it's been going on. It's now that you see an increase in reports because now they know, hey, there's help out there, and this is wrong, and we need to report it. So building rapport is important and providing that reassurance. We also have social services involved. Anything we do with children, we always use social services. They are a big part of our investigation and securing our children.
Protecting children from these heinous acts is of great concern to the unit. ASP Bowles says, sadly, the danger to our children is usually narrower than we think. And she explains the delicate balancing act that has to be done when children fall victim to those they are supposed to trust and respect.
So this child has grown up believing what my father or mother has done to me, this is right, and that's why they never report it.
But the veteran officer with nearly 2 decades under her belt says there are lessons and advice we can all practice to stay safe.
We just try to prepare them through education, what a parent or any stranger should be doing to you, should be saying to you. Parents need to report matters. They shouldn't take it upon themselves to resolve matters within the home, because then you give it an opportunity to happen again. Where there's no repercussions, things will happen again.
And again, remember, these are crimes of opportunity. And police say by following just a few easy tips, you can avoid you or your children from becoming a target or even worse, a victim of these opportunists. For the Bahamas Tonight, I'm Corval Pyfrom.
The outrage among the public sparked by the seeming increase in sexual crimes, mostly against young girls, has one child advocate calling for more than anger, instead saying it should be channeled into action. He told our Cleopatra Murphy that he feels parents should be more proactive.
Former chair of the National Child Protection Council, Pastor Gil Maycock, is calling for action instead of outrage following several atrocities, namely sexual assaults of young girls in recent weeks. He spoke with ZNS News after Minister of National Security, the Honorable Wayne Monroe, on Wednesday revealed that an 11-year-old had been impregnated by her mother's boyfriend and that baby aborted with a pill. Maycock suggests the incident is just the tip of the iceberg.
The experts say if we have, say, about 200 cases of reported child abuse, multiply that by 3 times and you get a better representation of how much child abuse is prevalent in your particular country or your particular area.
Up to November 2021, the Department of Social Services had reported 78 cases of sexual abuse. Maycock says in many instances, children are well acquainted with their abusers, who groom them, starting with innocent touches, to break down their defenses.
The next thing we have is then that they're touching the children inappropriately. The child is confused. This is someone they trust. They might feel a little awkward, but yet this is someone I trust.
In recent months, more cases of sexual abuse and assaults on minors have been in the headlines. Maycock believes it has always been happening and says the trauma can be long-lasting.
A lady of 70 years of age coming to me and she says, Pastor Gil, I was abused by my uncle at the age of 8. He rammed me like I was a grown woman and I was a mixed up woman. And I remember her husband calling me a couple days later because I helped her get through it. And it was a long process, but I helped her get through. And I thought he called me, I have to talk to you, Pastor Gil. And I said, what happened? He says, I want to let you know, for the first time in 50 years of marriage, my wife made love to me.
For parents, Maycock encourages to teach your children about good and bad touches, what is appropriate and what is not. And it may never be too early, as the spectrum more often comes from within close circles, maybe even family members.
At the age of 3, as a matter of fact, some children at the age of 2, bad touch, good touch, because they're grooming our children younger and younger and younger. And as a matter of fact, some persons even go online and get this information on how they can break down the defenses of a child. So parents, we need to be aware of these things. We need to be educated on these things. And we need to make sure that we're doing all that is necessary.
While the spotlight is on girls at the moment, Maycock says boys too are vulnerable, but are less likely to speak up. At the end of the day, he says awareness and education are key. For the Bahamas Tonight, I'm Cleopatra Murphy.
From police, a triple shooting in the Pinewood Gardens overnight has left 3 people in hospital. Police say the incident occurred around 10 p.m. Wednesday when the victims were in front of a home on Sequoia and Buttonwood Streets. A yellow Japanese vehicle pulled up and occupants opened fire on the victims. A 47-year-old male was shot to the left thigh. A 21-year-old male received injuries to his left arm, and a 22-year-old woman was shot to her right thigh. All victims were transported to hospital via private vehicle and are in stable condition. Investigations into the incident continues. The Royal Bahamas Police Force partnering with the Department of Environmental Health Services and the Public Parks and Beaches Authority tonight to hear feedback from residents on crime at its Crime Prevention Symposium. Desmond Sanders joins us live from the International Deliverance Praying Ministries on 2nd Street, The Grove. Good evening, Desmond.
Well, a pleasant good evening, Jumadita, and a pleasant good evening, Bahamas. I'm coming to you live from the International Praying Deliverance Ministries.
Oh, we apologize for that technical difficulty. We will get back to Desmond as soon as we can. Well, still to come, a major cable fault blamed for the latest power outage. You're watching the Bahamas Tonight, the National Report. More news in a moment.
This portion of the news is brought to you by Folk Call Smart Pass, the smart way to pay at the pump.
You have enough things to worry about. Living in a world that can seem opposite of the things you're trying to accomplish. We're here to let you know that you don't have to go at it alone. Choose peace of mind. Choose comfort. Choose CB. Commonwealth Bank, leader in personal banking services.
I always find new ways to connect. Even with those friends that are very, very far away. It doesn't matter who you are. What matters is sharing. Because sharing a bucket with friends tastes finger-licking good.
Good to grow, keeping you in the know, keeping you in the know. God, it's good enough to eat, then it's good to grow. It's good enough to eat, then it's good to grow.
Hi, my name is Latoya Hutchison from New Beginnings Garden. I am in the running for Backyard Farm of the Year. I can tell you when I saw the post, because I follow your page consistently, and when I saw it, I was the first to say, let me jump on it, because there's a connection to who I am. I believe that each one teach one. So a platform like this allows me an opportunity to inspire someone to know that it doesn't matter what size your garden is or your farm is. It's just being consistent.
And now that Latoya has started her bustling backyard garden, she has no plans on stopping. She told us why she decided to start her farming journey in the first place.
When I made that decision to become a farmer, it was to help my mom as we got a health scare. And so at that time, I knew that she needed a consistent flow of organic food. So I decided to take that initiative to go ahead and get started, do my part, but at the same time, be able to share and inspire others.
Latoya was one of the first entries in the Agrarian Awards Backyard Farmer category, and she's looking forward to walking away with the top prize.
Besides being able to boast and brag about it, being able to become a winner means that I have an opportunity to expand and to help others and to continue my journey to inspiring others to go ahead and grow. Because food security itself cannot happen just by me as an individual. So this opportunity, I can expand my garden and actually donate. So a part of what I do, I always give back.
Latoya has many uses for our garden. It serves as a place of peace for her. She uses the garden to get the youth in her community involved in farming, and it's a nutritional source of abundance for her family's health. She applauds Minister of Agriculture Clay Sweeting and his team for the initiative.
Being recognized on a platform like this for farmers says that we are definitely in for the long run. We have the support of our government. We have the support of a community who believes in indeed that we can actually find food security locally and not going to ship and import everything that we need. So I think this initiative and this awards is one of those things that we will feel proud.
For Good to Grow, I'm Georgie O'Bain.
Attention, college freshmen! ZNS wants to send you to college with some great prizes. Just WhatsApp a 10-second video of you holding the name of your college or university to 557-3488 by August 21st. Include your name and you are entered to win really big. For more details, go to www.znsbahamas.com/giveaways.
Thanks for staying with us. The Ministry of Health and Wellness confirming 3 positive dengue fever cases here in New Providence. The ministry statement declared no reported travel history among the cases was identified, and all parties have been treated and successfully recovered. Dengue fever is a viral illness spread by the Aedes aegypti mosquito, to which lives in multiple objects which harbor standing water, including tires, buckets, derelict vehicles, old appliances, bottles, and bottle caps. Although this mosquito can bite at any time, it's more active shortly before and after dawn and before dusk. Symptoms of dengue fever include headache, fever, nausea, vomiting, rash, aches and pains, such as eye pain, typically behind the eyes, muscle, bone, and joint pain. Persons experiencing fever and 2 or more of these symptoms should see a healthcare provider. Well, in other news, Bahamas Power and Lights blaming a major cable fault between the Soldier Road substation and Blue Hills Power Station for the latest outage that's left thousands of customers in New Providence without power Wednesday. Chief Operations Officer Tony Seymour confirms 50% of its customers were on the island were impacted, adding that it had a domino effect, tripping off 100 megawatts of generation. The outage follows numerous power disruptions in recent weeks, but Seymour describes this type of fault as an extraordinary event.
While our entire network is susceptible to faults, this is the first time in more than a year that we've experienced such a major occurrence. While these occurrences are rare, we do our best to ensure that if it happens, we respond immediately, just as we did last night. I am extremely grateful to our hard-working generation and transmission and distribution teams that sprung into action and were able to begin returning units to service right away, and within an hour restore supply to some of our impacted customers.
By 9 p.m., she says all but 2 generators were up and running with electricity restored to most customers. Seymour says what occurred pointed to the increased demand on BPL's system and the stress caused by higher than normal temperatures.
An hour later, we were almost fully restored, except for customers in Seabreeze, Monastery Park, Gleniston Gardens, Soldier Road, Marathon, and the surrounding areas, who were impacted by the initial fault from the Soldier Road substation that feeds their areas. Shortly after midnight, we were able to fully restore supply to these customers.
From outages to shipping challenges, DHL Courier Services disappointed many customers today at its East-West Highway office was closed. Many went there hoping to collect their passports after applying for visas from the United States Embassy. Carla Palmer reports the closure is also proving to be costly.
Luis Villegas from Venezuela and Chrissy Pratt, two of many customers turned away from the Courier Express service, DHL, Thursday, as the business was unexpectedly closed, resulting in customers unable to retrieve their packages, including passports. DHL serves as the principal courier service for the United States Embassy.
DHL got the passports on Tuesday. Yesterday, we came here to pick them up. And they say they have a policy that they need 48 hours. I told them yesterday that we had a flight out of here today, and then which we already had to change because we lost the first one we had. And that please give us our passports yesterday. And they said no.
To make matters worse, the Venezuelan claims he paid an extra $30 each for his family of four to have their passports accelerated, still to be disappointed.
I called the police. They came here yesterday. They talked to the general manager. The general manager said, okay, come tomorrow at 8:45, which is the time that we open, and we will, which is today, and we will give them to you. We came here at 8:30, and they haven't opened the office.
I'm here with my friends from the Turks and Caicos, and they were waiting on, their son is going back to school, and they were waiting on his passport.
Can't see anything. Like the other customers, I too knocked, trying to gain access, but was unsuccessful.
The hotel, which we had only reserved until 3 days ago or 2 days ago, we had to move to a Airbnb.
With DHL officials not responding, it's uncertain when they will reopen. We will stay on the story. For the Bahamas Tonight, I'm Carla Palmer.
Well, apparently the situation has since been resolved regarding Mr. Villegas. He has informed ZNS News late this afternoon that he is in receipt of he and his family's passports. Well, the local tourism economy getting yet another major boost as more than 800 delegates are here in New Providence for the annual Toastmasters International Convention. As a result of the convention, which got underway at the Bahamas Convention Center last evening, the resort is said to be filled near capacity. Established in 1929, Toastmasters International focuses on education and training in effective communication such as oral speaking and leadership skills. It has a network of 15,000 clubs worldwide with 280,000 members. A distinguished Toastmaster himself, Prime Minister the Honorable Philip Davis, officially opened the convention and informed delegates how the organization has impacted his life since becoming a member at 20 years old.
Words, my friends. There are three simple words at the heart of this organization. Listen, think, speak. This is the mantra I practice time and time again throughout my time in Toastmasters, and one to which I regularly return about as often as the average Bahamian flies to Miami. It is a refrain which has served me well across my legal and political careers, a guide which set me on the path to becoming a better orator, a better representative, and a better leader.
There are reportedly 38 active Toastmaster clubs throughout New Providence and the Family Islands. Prime Minister Davis is encouraging more young people to join.
I gained so much from taking part in Toastmasters. Lifelong friends, skills to dazzle a crowd, and more charisma than a Bahamian sunset. Toastmasters certainly has a strong legacy in our nation. And it is an organization that I hope in the future more and more young Bahamians, especially our young men, will join. Because Toastmasters has so much to offer And I'm not just talking about conventions in the Caribbean. Unequivocally, Toastmasters is a paradise of possibilities.
Marcellus Hall joins us in studio with a check on what's coming up in sports. Marcellus?
Coming up in sports for this evening, our men's national basketball team, a huge win against Argentina. We'll give you all the details ahead in sports.
This portion of the news is brought to you by the ZNS New College Freshman Giveaway. For more information, go to www.znsbahamas.com/giveaways.
Now, that's what I'm talking about. Give me my things. Triple P, move out of my lucky seat, boy, because I trying to hit one of these jackpots so I could plan my retirement.
Retirement? Yeah, you straight. Just the island game and Percy's pension plan is back.
What you talking about? How NI begun? Ain't gonna be no pension for none of we.
Now, listen, this Percy's pension plan, what I talking about. All you gotta do, put $20 on your account, and you enter to win one of 13 different pension plans.
What?
Up to $1,000 a week for a year. And you can win more than one, you know.
Oh, well, thank you, Island Game, because I know one of them pension is mine. Now get out of my chair. While you up, give me that $20 so I can put on my account. Thank you. You owe me this long enough.
The most trustworthy name is Percy's Island Game. So put 20 on your account and ride this easy train at Percy's Island Game.
Savings are especially sweet this week at Super Value and Quality Supermarkets. Soy's mayonnaise 30-ounce, $4.99. Rainbow corned beef 12-ounce, $2.39. Capri Sun drinks 10-count, $4.99. Pretty Lady grapes $3.99 per pound. Turkey wings $1.89 per pound. Donate your change to help feed the Humane Society animals at Super Value and Quality Supermarkets.
Are you looking for the right window and door to accentuate your beautiful home? Well, Coral Windows Bahamas is the ideal place for you. With 20 years of experience, we specialize in creating that perfect fit and that exquisite look. All of our products are custom-made, impact-resistant, and come with a 5-year warranty. Installation is included. We also specialize in shower enclosures and glass railings. Visit coralwindowsbahamas.com or call 352-6556 or 7.
Vaccines protect those we love the most, our children and our grandchildren. I vaccinated my children to protect them. Getting your child immunized can protect them against diseases like polio, measles, whooping cough, and others. So protect your child today by getting them immunized. My grandchildren are vaccinated. You should do the same. Vaccinate your children and your grandchildren and make sure they are safe.
Vaccines are essential for new and returning students. As you begin back-to-school preparations, ensure that your children's vaccinations are up to date. All vaccines are available at all public health clinics. This message is brought to you by PAHO WHO, the Ministry of Health and Wellness, and USAID.
Our commercial customers are excited about the new CBS Bahamas website. Now, account managers can add sub-users, set purchasing permissions, and bulk add items to their cart for quick and easy checkout.
Our new website is faster, smarter, and it's even easier to browse our products. You can earn reward points with every purchase. Plus, we now have a 24/7 AI-powered chat assistant. Visit the new CBSBahamas.com today.
scoop should go over here. The Ministry of Agriculture, Marine Resources, and Family Island Affairs got new services on my gateway for farmers and fishermen. Now I can get my farmland lease, my farmer's registration and license too. Take that, Ozzy. That's my cousin who always trying to one-up me, but I got him now.
That who? Not Ozzy.
Well, who else?
Boy, Ozzy done get his crawfish trapping permit and he out to sea on Roy's boat.
Visit mygateway.gov.bs today.
Here at Solomon's, we don't just believe in great brands. We believe in creating unforgettable memories and celebrating everyday living with you and your family. Every aisle is filled with all you need. A great value with variety and a selection of all your favorite groceries and products. Saving you time and keeping you on a budget. Great food changes everything. Shop at your local Solomon's for food, for family, for you.
Hey, it's your honorary pump attendant here to educate you on the do's and don'ts at the service station. Here's what you don't do. Do not pull up from the pump without first checking that the nozzle has been removed from your car. Because if you pop this, that's about $600,000 to $30,000 to replace. These things ain't cheap. What you want to do is make sure that the nozzle has been removed, or just wait for the universal sign, which is the double tap.
My mommy made sure that I was vaccinated because she loves me.
Getting our precious little ones vaccinated protects them from so many diseases like polio, measles, and whooping cough. Vaccines are safe and effective. Immunizations can prevent illnesses and even death. Vaccines are essential for new and returning students. As you begin back-to-school preparations, ensure that your children's vaccinations are up to date. All vaccines are available at all public health clinics. This message is brought to you by PAHO WHO, the Ministry of Health and Wellness, and USAID.
Aries Fabrics and Uniform Store wants to get you ready for back to school. Find ready-made uniforms and uniform fabrics for all schools in the Bahamas. Carrie's also sells skirts, blouses, shirts, jumpers, boys' shorts, and pants. You can even have your uniform skirts custom made. Also find school bags, school supplies, socks, and underwear. That's Carrie's Fabric and Uniform Store on Mackey Street. Call 393-0758.
Trouble, it might drag you down. If you get lost, you can always be found. Just know you're not alone. 'Cause I'm gonna make this place your home.
This the most popular job in the Bahamas?
Trust you? Who was big over that? Let me pull up the last labor force survey.
What?
The labor force survey from the Bahamas National Statistical Institute. The people that used to be the Department of Statistics. They ask people what you do, where you do it, and if you looked for a job in the past month.
But that's probably old database.
The Bahamas National Statistical Institute is collecting new data monthly, and they release it every 3 months. Right here. And be an account, even in the top 5 jobs.
That's only because they're using numbers and science.
The Bahamas Labor Force Survey provides necessary data for nation building.
Introducing the Focal Smart Pass app that helps you to fuel up faster. Here's how it works. Download the app on the App Store or get it on Google Play and create your profile with payment details. Visit your nearest Shell station. Open the app, scan the pump's QR code. Select your payment amount and begin fueling. Say goodbye to cash and cards because the Focal Smart Pass offers secure and convenient payment options right at your fingertips. Download Focal Smart Pass now and fuel up faster today.
The Bahamas Consul General Office in Atlanta, headed by former parliamentarian Anthony Moss, oversees the affairs of the Bahamian diaspora in a number of southern United States. He recently spoke with Arvon Albury on operations there.
A part of our responsibility includes 10 states, which goes from the east, the north, and South Carolina, and we go all the way over to Oklahoma. A part of our responsibility here in Atlanta we are to assist the diaspora when persons were to be in the need of renewal of their passports, or even if they were to misplace their passports. We would then issue what we call an emergency travel document, or we would simply reissue the new passport.
Is that often? Do you come across a lot of cases like that?
Well, yes, we do, because when we look through the diaspora, through the jurisdiction which we are responsible for, we find that there are quite a number of Bahamians who are in this jurisdiction.
Thousands? Hundreds?
Certainly it's in the hundreds. We are trying to establish a register that we'll be able to give a more accurate figure.
What is the part that you like best about your job thus far?
Thus far is the part that I enjoy a lot, as in the past, after serving 15 years in Parliament, I enjoy helping people. Certainly that's what I do enjoy. When I can say at the end of the day, the result is positive, where a person can walk away from my office with a smile.
You also said no one is turned away. What do you mean by that?
Well, what we've experienced in the past, where we've had persons who would come from other states, even without, who are not within our jurisdiction, would drive all the way to Atlanta just to get the service that they would have heard of, and which we have been extending.
Now, also part of your job might not be so pleasant. Tell us about that.
Well, some of the past experience, we have, as I would have mentioned, to assist persons with the replacement of their documents. Unfortunately, there are quite a number of young Bahamian men who've been incarcerated for past experience, whether it's human trafficking or etc. But at the end of the result, when we are able to assist them in returning back to the Bahamas, it then gives a positive sign of life.
Do you have to visit these persons?
Yes, certainly.
What's that like?
Going into the prisons, I must say, first of all, we are faced with a very long drive, sometimes 4 to 5 hours. By the end of the day, when you're able to sit with your Bahamian colleagues, it pays off.
There you go. Consul General for Atlanta, Anthony Moss, talking about the Bahamians living in this area. For the Bahamas Tonight, I'm Ron Albury.
As we head to the break, we'd like to thank all of our viewers watching us live on our social media platforms. And just in case you missed the news, be sure to head there to catch up. Stay with us. There's more after the break.
Hey, Mom, can you look after Kaylee?
Sorry, I'll be out for a while dealing with my home and car insurance.
What? You know there's a newer way, right?
A new way?
Where have you been? Look, go to newerinsurance.com, log in, get your quote, buy your insurance, done. You can even use it to manage a claim.
Oh? By the way, it's not newer. It's N-U-A. Where's she been?
Do it anyway with NUA Insurance Agents and Brokers.
With the help of our authorized financial institutions, or AFIs, using sand dollars is as easy as 1, 2, 3.
Step 1. Identify your preferred AFI by browsing their websites or contacting them directly. Step 2. Download the free mobile application from Google Play or the Apple Store and then register for a sand dollar account. Step 3. Load money onto your mobile app and begin sending and receiving sand dollars or purchasing and selling goods and services.
We are pleased to be
your central bank approved
digital wallet providers.
It does not matter
which of us you choose.
You can pay for goods and services
wherever Sand Dollar is accepted.
We are all in this together.
Visit sanddollar.bs for more information.
The countdown is on. Come on down to Bahamas Liquidation and Auction Center warehouses on Mackey Street and Bacardi Road and get up to 90% off on these hotel furnitures. This is a sale you don't want to miss. Call us today at 698-0123 or WhatsApp us at 557-2522. And like us on Facebook, Bahamas Liquidation and Auction Center, where you say hello to goodbyes.
When you combine decadence, luxury, passion, and attention to detail, you've described Café Channy Noël and Patisserie. Signature authentic French macarons, croissants, pastries for breakfast and lunch will take you on a European Epicurean journey. Enjoy your favorite handcrafted cocktails, coffees, cappuccinos, espressos, and lattes. Life is sweet at Café Channy Noël.
Hi everyone, when heading to Florida to shop for your essentials, book your transportation with GoGoFlorida.com. The $100 cash deposit is back and accepted at Fort Lauderdale, Miami, or Palm Beach. Now there are lots of options to choose from, but I like the Tesla X, the electric vehicle, because I don't have to worry about gassing up, or the Jeep Compass seating 5 with lots of space for your luggage or shopping bags. For the best deals, book now at GoGoFlorida.com, BahamasAir.com, and also available at Bahamas Air Sales Office.
Join Janae's Ready for School block party going on all day today. Get up to 20% off. Yes, up to 20% off store-wide. Restrictions apply. Lots of giveaways and surprises for the kids. If you've not found that monogram shirt yet, we may have it in stock or can monogram it for you. What about school neckties, underwear, hair bubbles, socks, school bags, raincoats, and sleeping mats? Join Janae's Chesapeake Road Ready for School block party today. Extended store hours, 7 p.m. today only. Janae's Ready for School block party is today. Save on those school last-minute items. Special discounts up to 20% today only.
While post-hurricane recovery continues in the country's third largest economy, its impact on business in Abaco will be a focus of this year's Abaco Business Outlook. The event is set for September 21st and will feature a keynote address from the Minister of National Security, the Honorable Wayne Munro. This year's theme, Forward, Upward, Onward, Together, discussing a bold vision for Abaco. The conference will focus on issues impacting tourism, commerce, security, and stakeholder engagement throughout Abaco. It's time now for a check on Family Island weather with Chief Meteorologist Basil Dean. Good evening, Basil.
Good evening, Jimenita. Partly cloudy skies this evening. We have a temperature of 86 degrees, relative humidity at 71%. Southeast winds at 5 miles per hour. The barometric pressure 1,016.0 millibars. That's 30.01 inches. And your temperatures around the Family Islands this evening, they are brought to you by Family Guardian Insurance Company. We protected you. 85 degrees in Freeport, Grand Bahama, and Grand Torquay in Abaco. Marshall Abaco at 87 degrees. The Berry Islands also 87. Allenstown, Bimini, 85. 86 in Harbor Island. Rock, Sandy, Lutra, Black Point, Exuma, Kemp Space, Orlando's, and Fresh Creek in Central Islands, all at 86 degrees. 87s in Otterstown, Cat Island, San Salvador, and Rum Key. Georgetown, Exuma, 86, more 86 in Ragged Island, Clarence, Long Island, and Crooked Island. Betsy Bay, they have a temperature of 84 degrees, Acklands 84, Machitani and Agua 86, and the Turks and Caicos Islands at 85 degrees. And your boating forecast tonight is brought to you by Builders Mall, home of FYP, the Tile King, and the Paint Setter. In the Northwestern Islands tonight through tomorrow, that southerly component will continue at 10 to 15 knots. Wave heights holding at 2 to 4 feet. High tide 9:31 tonight. Another high tide will occur at 9:50 tomorrow morning. Now for the Central and Southeastern Islands through Friday, easterly winds 15 to 20 knots, wave heights 4 to 7 feet, so caution flags remain in place for the central and southeastern islands through Friday. Now, as we take into Saturday, in the northwest part of our country, the winds become more southeasterly at 10 to 15 knots, the wave heights unchanged at 2 to 4 feet. High tide 10:26 in the morning, low tide 4:34 in the afternoon. For the central and southeastern islands on Saturday, the winds also become southeast, maintaining that 15 to 20 knot wind speed. Wave heights choppy at 4 to 7 feet, so we'll hold those caution flags right through Saturday for the central and southeastern islands. That's going to do it for your boating forecast. It's time now for your international temperatures, and they are brought to you by Royal Star Assurance. That's going to do it for your international temperatures, brought to you by Royal Star Assurance. But stay tuned. The extended weather forecast is still ahead.
The most important thing in life is family. And whenever you need reliable advice, you look to the people you know you can trust. At J.S. Johnson Insurance Agents and Brokers, we earn our clients' trust every day. Whether it's home, motor, travel, or commercial insurance, we've got you covered. Call 397-2100 or visit jsjohnson.com.
JS Johnson Insurance, peace of mind.
Vaccines protect those we love the most, our children and our grandchildren. I vaccinated my children to protect them. Getting your child immunized can protect them against diseases like polio, measles, whooping cough, and others. So protect your child today by getting them immunized. My grandchildren are vaccinated. You should do the same. Vaccinate your children and your grandchildren and make sure they are safe.
Vaccines are essential for new and returning students. As you begin back-to-school preparations, ensure that your children's vaccinations are up to date. All vaccines are available at all public health clinics. This message is brought to you by PAHO WHO, the Ministry of Health and Wellness, and USAID.
Agape Church cordially invites you to attend an evening of elegance at the retirement banquet for Bishop Helen McPhee, Senior Pastor of Agape Church. The event will be held at the Atlantis Grand Ballroom on Friday, August 25th. Cocktail reception at 7 p.m. Dinner is served at 8 p.m. Tickets are $275 and can be purchased at the Agape Church office. For more information, call 328-6937.
Vibrant heart of the Bahamas, a common loftier goal unites us all. A place where love and unity thrive, where world-class technology is accessible and affordable, connecting every generation. We believe in our heritage and the boundless potential that lies within us. We believe in Bahamians.
Car insurance, home insurance, marine insurance, this insurance, that insurance. The truth is, you may not like it very much, but you need insurance, and it has to work for you. That's why Summit Insurance policies are designed with you and your life in mind, fitting your lifestyle and needs perfectly. So you can rest comfortably knowing that your car, home, boat, and business are well taken care of. Contact our agents at Insurance Management today. Summit Insurance. We peak above all others.
Join up for life insurance. Secure the ones that you love. Join up with Family Guardian. We offer full protection. Join the family. Join the family. Family Guardian. Protect the ones you love. A brand that you can trust. Family Guardian.
Agape Church invites you to join us in the celebration of the official service of the mission for Bishop Helen McPhee as Senior Pastor of Agape Church. Join us at Agape Church, Golden Palm Estates and Malcolm Road off Kennedy Subdivision on Sunday, August 27th, 2023 at 4 p.m.
Jesus Christ is interceding on behalf of the church. Do you know that? And so, my brothers and sisters, I want you to be strong.
To RSVP, call 328-6937.
Hey, it's your honorary pump attendant back again with another episode on the do's and don'ts at the service station. Let's go. What you ain't gonna do is just pull up to any dispenser and put the nozzle inside your car without reading the signs. Because if you put the wrong fuel inside your car and the car mess up, you could be mad at us, all right? And then you have to walk or catch bus for about 3 to 18 months. What you're supposed to do is read the signs. We place signs all over the dispenser to tell you which fuel is which. Because you put the wrong one in your car, say bop, and you could be mad at us. You could be, oh, what happened to my car? No, it's you who ain't read. It say diesel, diesel, one word, diesel. Your car up, and you mad at us. Read, that's all you have to do.
Welcome to the all-new CBS Pro Store. We'll be introducing various products such as plywood, sheetrock, metal stud, and a whole array of bulk construction products. But you can expect the same high level of service that you have been receiving at CBS Bahamas. We originally opened the store in 1980 as our retail location. Hearing from our customers that they wanted us to cater more to contractors, we decided to open the CBS Pro Store here at Robinson Road. So come by and visit us at CBS Pro Store on Robinson Road, where we can help you build beautiful.
ZNS Toll Sports is brought to you by the Bahamas Striping Group of Companies. Tune to coverage of the World Athletics Championship on the ZNS Television Network from August 19th through the 27th and watch all the action live from Budapest, Hungary.
This is ZNS Total Sports.
Welcome to your ZNS Total Sports Check here on a Thursday, everybody. I'm Marcellus Hall. Our men's national basketball team going into last night facing their stiffest challenge so far at these pre-qualifiers, going up against the fourth-ranked team in the world, Argentina. Let's take a closer look. Senior men's national basketball team up against Argentina at the FIBA pre-Olympic qualifiers. Argentina, the fourth-ranked team in the world. They would look that way early on in the contest, leading the Bahamas 37-25 at the end of the first quarter. Second quarter, Bahamas starting to get things going. They turned the tables, outscoring the Argentinians 30-16. Bahamas up by 2, 55-53 at the half. Bahamas keeping the pressure on in the second half. They would get some key defensive plays and buckets down the stretch, getting the win here 101-89. Bahamas with 4 players scoring at least 20 points, led by Eric Gordon. He had 24. DeAndre Ayton, 22 points, 15 rebounds. Buddy Hield, he had 23, and Travis Munnings, who had a 20. Munnings speaking after the victory.
We came out with the right mindset. Even though we started the game pretty late, we take their best punch, and we just stick with it. You know that it wasn't going to be easy, so we just try to stay composed and stay grounded on what we're trying to accomplish. And I feel like we was able to get the job done by just doing that.
The win moving the Bahamas to the semifinals of the pre-Olympic qualifiers now. On the track and field, where the IAAF World Athletics Championships in Budapest are all set to kick off on August 19th. More than 2,000 athletes from 200 countries. They'll take part in the event, vying for gold, silver, and bronze medals. Some big money on the line. Bahamian athletes hoping to win a part of that, more than $8 million in prize money, which is up for grabs. Some of the top prizes will include $100,000 for a world record. And as far as individual events, money starting at $5,000 for making a final. That's 8th place, up to $70,000 for a gold medal. Relay teams will then earn about $4,000 to about $80,000 per team. And finally, the Eleuthera Island Hoops All-Star Camp for boys is now in the books. Amajal Knowles has the breakdown.
Despite some inclement weather over the past 2 days, the court at the Eleuthera Bible Training Center in James Sister in Eleuthera was bustling with activity yesterday for the second annual Eleuthera Island Hoops All-Star Camp. The event, a joint effort between the Eleuthera Amateur Basketball Association and the Coco de Mama Resort, to not only showcase some of the promising young talent on the island, but enhance their skills through a series of fundamental drills. Leading the charge was a Lutheran native and current Fordham Rams star, Ramad Dean.
It feels great to be back home, especially in Lucia, because, you know, here in the Bahamas, we don't have that much exposure, especially in, like, the Family Islands and the Lucia. So I chose Lucia to get back to these kids to help them out.
Joining Ramad would be his former high school coach at Tabernacle, Kevin Clark, who last year recruited 2 kids from a Lutheran, Caden Bowles and Ralph Legist, for his program. Clark on the importance of exposure for these Family Island athletes.
Bahamas basketball is growing so much, you know, with the likes of DeAndre and Kai Jones, Buddy Hield, you know what I mean? Now you see Eric Gordon is on board, and a lot of people didn't know that he has, you know, Bahamian roots and ties or whatever, so you never know who's going to be the next one, you know what I mean? So whatever knowledge you could give back to the kids and instill in them, you know, you never know where that's going to take them.
These not the only eyes on the ground. Steve Turner, head coach of Gonzaga High School in Washington, who also happens to be a part of USA Basketball, was at the camp as well and offered his analysis on some of the local talent.
I mean, I certainly believe that a lot of their skill sets are way more advanced than I even thought they would be. You can see that there's some kids with some unbelievable talent, untapped talent, that have an opportunity. If someone continues to nurture them, give them opportunity to be able to use this game to take them places, you can see that these young men have a chance and they're hungry.
And the campers certainly enjoyed their experience.
They taught me a lot of fundamental drills, even though I know some, but they put some in my head, and then we did some up and down court drills. Everything was good. It was smoothly. Besides the weather, I feel everything went good.
I learned a lot about dribbling, shooting, up and down the court, and a lot of stuff.
Organizers promising that next year's edition of the camp will certainly be bigger and better. Signing out from Governor's Harbor, Eleuthera, I'm Amajal Knowles, ZNS Total Sports.
And that's it. Your check on sports for you here on this Thursday. Don't go anywhere. We have another look at the weather. That's just ahead. Stay with us.
This is ZNS Total Sports.
Don't think these mud tubes look threatening? Think again. There are signs that a large-scale termite invasion is already underway, advancing through a property, costing thousands of dollars in damages. If you're building, you need Termafilm, a revolutionary pre-construction termite treatment from Rentokil Initial. Termafilm is a polyethylene film treated with termiticide that's applied prior to the foundation of a building. It's easy to install and forms a long-term termite barrier without contaminating soil or groundwater. Before you build, trust Termafilm pre-construction termite treatment, only from Rentokil Initial.
Are you looking for the right window and door to accentuate your beautiful home? Well, Coral Windows Bahamas is the ideal place for you. With 20 years of experience, we specialize in creating that perfect fit and that exquisite look. All of our products are custom-made, impact-resistant, and come with a 5-year warranty. Installation is included. We also specialize in shower enclosures and glass railings. Visit coralwindowsbahamas.com or call 352-6556 or 7.
Attention, college freshmen! ZNS wants to send you to college with some great prizes. Just WhatsApp a 10-second video of you holding the name of your college or university to 557-3488 by August 21st. Include your name and you are entered to win really big. For more details, go to www.znsbahamas.com/giveaways.
Time now for weather.
In our final look at weather in the tropics, 2 areas we're looking at in the far eastern Atlantic. The first one is just to the southwest of the Cape Verde Islands, and the Hurricane Center is giving it about a 40% chance of development, but over the next 7 days, they're going to bump that up to about 60%. And then there's a second area of low pressure. This one is about 1,000 miles to the west-southwest of the Cape Verde Islands, also at 40% probability. That too will be bumped up to 60% over the next 7 days. So we'll keep our eyes on those 2 systems as they trek towards the west. Closer to home, we have that troughing that remains across the northwest Bahamas, so pockets of showers and thunderstorms will continue, particularly around Grand Bahama, the Berry Islands, Abaco, Bimini, and also here in New Providence, we're right on the southern edge of that system, so we can get 1 or 2 passing showers as well. Then there's another tropical wave moving through the southeast Bahamas. Currently, the Turks and Caicos Island taking a beating as we speak. That will eventually spread over Maguana in the Inagua area, and then moving into Crooked Island and Ackland side later on tonight, and those showers could be heavy at times. This very same system will also increase the chance of showers over the northwest Bahamas over the weekend. Our forecasts for tonight, we're looking at patchy clouds, very warm, low temperature at 82 degrees. Tomorrow, it's going to be considerable cloudiness, particularly in the afternoon as that trough gets a little closer to us. Thunderstorms in the mix as well with a high temperature of 89 degrees. Your extended weather forecast. It's going to be a bit on the wet side over the weekend, Saturday and on Friday afternoon, taking you into Saturday when we expect those showers to become more intense, but things will clear up as we head into Sunday. The early part of the week of the new week is looking pretty much okay as well, but we'll get some relief from those 90 temperatures because of the heavy cloud cover and the shower activity that we anticipate over the weekend. Temperature-wise, during the nighttime, they're going to fluctuate between the upper 70s and low 80s. Germanita.
Thanks, Basil. Well, that does it for the Bahamas tonight. We thank you for continuing to make ZNS your first choice for news and information. Only the sun covers the Bahamas better than ZNS. From all of us here at ZNS, thank you for watching and good night.